And I kind of took stock in all the people that did specific things. Now, the things that they did were not major moments. They weren't like, wow, epiphany, here's another epiphany. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the little things that people did in my life that made a consequence, that had consequence to them. My parents brought me up in the church. I went to church every Sunday. Seeds were planted. I didn't have a handle on it. But at a point in my life when the next gig wasn't good enough, when the next woman wasn't good enough, when the next drug or drink wasn't good enough, I had something. Seeds were planted.
Amen.
I had a place to go. I knew that there was someone there that loved me. I knew that there was a reason and a purpose. My parents didn't, you know, that was a consequence of their actions at the time. I fear greatly for children who are being brought up in homes today that aren't being fed and taught. Because they're not going to have what I had when I needed something to keep me on the straight and narrow. I told you before, I mentioned earlier, I was brought up in a Lutheran church, and the first 3 or 4 pastors that I knew in my life scared the bejeebus out of me, man. Big old German guys in big white, you know, whatever they're called. They didn't even have a first name. They were just pastor this, pastor that. No relationship. I just thought they were closer to God. They kind of hovered. I didn't even have feet and walked. I just kind of glided. They were. Seriously. Right about the time I was freshman in high school, we got a new pastor. Pastor came in, he said, "Hey, Ed, hi, my name's Charlie." I said, "What?" "No, really, my name's Charlie. You can call me Charlie." I thought, wow. This guy was like a regular human being, and he had like a ministry. And then he said, you're like a budding musician, I hear. And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm really great, you know." And he knocked me down a few pegs. He said, "I'm a bass player." And I thought, oh man, wait a minute now. This guy's a pastor, he's got a ministry, his name's Charlie, and he plays bass? How cool is that? Charlie had no idea. But those little things are such a major reason why I'm here tonight. Simple little things. I took my high school band down to Fort Lauderdale over spring break. We went down there to pick up college babes. And it was a joke. Yes, you can laugh. But what happened when I was down there was every couple blocks, every 3 blocks or so, there were flatbed trucks in Fort Lauderdale that faced the ocean. If you haven't been to Fort Lauderdale, it's got that kind of California look, you know, the main strip right along the beach. And these flatbed trucks were there with generators on them, and bands would play at night. So every 3 or 4, maybe 3 or 4 blocks, there'd be another concert. And they were all free, just kind of sat on the beach and the bands played. And I ended up, I think I went to all of them because they just love music, but every single night I ended up in front of a band called Hope. It was a Christian band. Those guys had no idea who I am. Never met them. But I left with an album of theirs. An album's that big black plastic thing. You think,
Michael.
we're talking about 8 tracks. No. It was an album. So I couldn't wait to get home. No cell phone, you know. I don't know how I did it. I had to wait until I actually got there. No internet. Got home, jumped in my little Volkswagen Beetle. Could not wait to get to Charlie's house. Knocked on the door, and he's excited as can be. "Hey, Ed, I got this album you got to hear." I said, "Yeah, I got one too." And I handed him Hope, the Christian band, and he handed me Led Zeppelin 1. Charlie made ministry real. All right, he made ministry something I could do. All right, there's no way I didn't relate at all to this what I had grown up to earlier, but the consequence of those little things. And we have that ability all day long with every single person we come in contact with. I used to walk down to church to start the service, and it may have been contemporary in format, and we had a band that was good, and we rocked out contemporary music, but it was still in an old church with a big long aisle. And I would get down the aisle and I would just touch people on the shoulder and say good morning to them as we were going up. And somewhere along the line, someone had passed down to me, you know, that may be the only, you may be the only human person that touched them all week long. Think about that. It's such a simple, simple thing to do. My pants are ringing, I'm sorry.
You're Santa Claus.
Oh, I was hoping that, I thought for a moment there I had like a FaceTime thing. Hey babe, yeah, you're live. We're at the River Room. I'm in the middle. Yeah, I'm in the middle of my set. Like, you're on the microphone. Everyone can hear you.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi.
I love my daughter. I may do a song about her after this. I think.
There you
maybe.
go. You
Yeah.
got a great dad.
I'm going to call you when I get home. Okay. All right. Love you too. Bye bye.
I'll never call you again.
Talk about consequence of things. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
My daughter was a little girl. I used to bless her every time, kiss her forehead. She's in middle school now. Now, if you got kids, or if you had kids, I don't, you know, life is tough. When they're in middle school, they ain't the best people to hang out with. You know, they don't want, you know, they don't always want to be with you. They don't always want to see eye to eye with you. It's a really rebellious time. My poor daughter had to go to school where I was teaching. So she's in 8th grade. I go into school, we walk in together like we did any other day. Walking down the hallway, and I take a left into the faculty area to check my mailbox for the day and stuff. And I hear my daughter saying, she's calling in the hallway, and she's going, and I go, okay, I go out. And I bless her head and give her a kiss on her forehead, and she goes down the hallway. And I go back in, and I hear the principal going, Ed? I said, yeah. I said, I want you to appreciate what your daughter just did.
Yep.
How much she loves you, and what you've done in her life. This is a 13-year-old, 14-year-old girl in 8th grade that, amongst her peers, stopped in the hallway so that her dad could come out and bless and kiss her forehead.
Amen.
Is that cool or what?
Yes.
I did that as a little girl, and she still wants that today. Before we left here, I had to do it like a half dozen times before we hit the road.
She's 25.
She's 25 years old now, right?
That's awesome.
But they're little things, right? Don't discount the little things, because, man, they can be unbelievably valuable to other people. The song's called The Consequence. I think it is. I want to be loved in the conflict. I want to be cool when it's tense. I want to be joy in the sorrow. I want to sway the consequence. I want to be peace in the discord. I want to be bold on the fence. I want to be patient in the rush. I want to sway the consequence. And I want to be the calm in the storm. And I want to be the light come hence. And I want to be the city on the hill. I want to make a difference. I want to sway the consequence. I want to be kind in the malice. I want to be clear when it's dense. I want to be good in the vile. I want to sway the consequence. And I want to be faithful in the struggle. And I want to be the confidence. And I want to be gentle consequence. And I wanna be the calm in the storm. And I wanna be the light come hence. And I wanna be a city on the hill. I wanna make the difference. I wanna sway the consequence. I wanna be loved in the conflict. I wanna be cool when it's tense. I wanna be joy in the sorrow. I wanna sway the consequence. I wanna make a difference. I wanna sway the consequence.